I know that people have asked several times on several of my videos that are not related to fire alarms to make a new system test. And I'm going to finally get around to making new system test 5. Hello, everybody. I'm 22408 Aaron. And before we continue, I just want to let you know that, yes, you are hearing a Wheelock alarm in the background. It's very faint, but you are hearing it. Just so I don't have to have a million bajillion comments about it, because that can get really annoying. And I can tell you right now, I think I'm going to set up my spam filter to where it filters out such comments. But anyways, here is the Firelight MS10UD. Something pretty big has changed again with it. We no longer have the 9838s up on the strobe light. Those are gone. Well, not gone. We still have them somewhere, but they're not on the system. You can tell the system's all normal. I guess we'll go ahead and go around and look. We have same pull stations. Nothing about them's changed. I don't think these will change since we have such a ample supply of them. And there's nothing wrong with them. They're not old or anything. They're actually pretty decent looking. The other thing I kind of want to get is some sort of simplex boxes for the back of them. Pretty much seals the fate as to what alarms we have, or what strobes we have. Alright, so what exactly happened? Well, as I'm sure you probably know, and excuse the mess, my mother is currently going through her yearly process of getting presents ready for local friends and family, and yeah. In the past, we've had speaker strobe systems, and, well, we have a new setup again, and it's this, a Wheelock Safe Path, given to Evan and I by some very good friends of ours, Ben and Elise. I know who they are, although if you know in the fire alarm community, you should know Elise. She kind of makes her presence, and Ben, if you've been around for a long time, you know who he is. But Ben Schumann. But as you can see, this is a modular panel. I'd like to get some batteries for these, although I don't know, I'm not exactly sure where they hook up. I'm sure it's fairly obvious. This is the first time I've really looked at it because I just thought about it. But so it's a modular, I think I already said, but it's a modular panel. You can hear the tone generator for the Wheelock. You can set up to where it makes a chime with one of these switches over the alarms, although I don't use that. Yeah, so there's that. The alarms that we have Wheelock E70s. These are really nice. They look really nice and professional, and especially on boxes like this, and you know, it looks really, really nice having a consistent system. And over here for the speaker strobe, we have this Amsico, I think it's what it is, Amsico strobe. It's very ugly, I think. I got 2 of these new in box. Very, very ugly, if you ask me. They're outdoor strobes, but, you know, they're certainly nothing to write home about. Oh, and I do have one more step to show you. That's not this. I still hooked this up, and I don't think that's working right now, so... So coming out here in the garage and hiding behind a bunch of junk, I know, we have, let me get over here. I know this isn't very safe, but you know, this isn't technically a real system, so you know, you can kind of get away with it. We have this really strange DMP pull station. I've never heard of the company before, DMP. I have a couple of these. We have a Silent Night pull station that looks fairly similar to this. As a matter of fact, if we take... Sorry if this is kind of going off frame because I'm not really paying attention to the camera at this point. I'm looking for the key. It takes the Silent Night key. Oh. See? So that's that. And then we have another one of these Wheelock E70s. Alright. The only reason why we elected to put this outside is because it is a little more robust. You know, that would be necessary in the garage like this. May come out and pull it. Don't know yet. This is another project I'm working on. This is an automatic door opener. The power supply, the transformer that came with it, it's shorted as soon as you attached anything to it, so I don't know what's wrong with it. I went ahead and cannibalized the power supply, or the transformer for this panel, and hooked it up here, and there's something wrong with this board, specifically this right here. This little piece right here, you can see it kind of burned. There's something wrong with it, so I'm going to try and hook it up, the transformer up manually through itself. As you can see, it is a 60 volt power. Takes 60 volts, and I have a little circuit that's coming in that'll step up the voltage. Although I don't know how well that'll do, because 60 volts, that's a pretty hard voltage to come up with. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and start the system test. So here we go. That's not hooked up.
This is being verified. Please leave the building by the nearest exit.
And we were actually able to sync that AMSICO strobe. All the strobes are syncing.
A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest
This one's
exit.
fairly quiet. And this one we haven't added screws. I haven't put up screws to the switch, so you can kind of see internal components of it. The only thing that may be in.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified,
75 to
please
that. This
leave
is
the
fairly
building
bright.
by the nearest exit.
These are really nice alarms.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit.
And yes, you do have to wait until it's done. The little spiel that it gives is done. Go ahead and issue a system reset. Alright, I guess we can go outside and pull that alarm out there since I didn't show it. Let's see here, I need to find, I think that's the, I know we have a Silent Night key on here somewhere. Although, which one? I think it's this one, so we'll go ahead and say it's this one. Leave 1347 is Silent Night. Alright, let's see here. It's fairly quiet out here. We have that set up on purpose.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit.
I do like these pull stations.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has
Fairly
been
bright strobe, too.
in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit.
And any equipped speaker strobe system has to have a microphone. See?
The building by the nearest exit.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have to go off again, but see here works perfectly fine. Although maybe a little, if it is a little quiet, kind of bungled that phrasing a little bit. Yeah. It's hooked up weird. I haven't figured out how it's hooked up. As you can see, I don't know. The wiring, I'd like to hook up a third-party microphone somewhere else, but I haven't been able to figure out how I would do that. There's a remote microphone hookup there, but I haven't figured out how it would work, because it would hook something up to it and it wouldn't actually output that, so pretty weird. Evan, my brother, actually also did something else that was fairly cool. He took these 3 test stations, because we have a big box of those. And he painted them, although he did a pretty sloppy job at painting them. That's what I see sideways. It is pretty sloppy. We have evacuation, audio test, and all clear. If you go ahead and do evacuation. Same story with the alarm. It'll go through its thing. And this...
May I have your attention, please? The local evacuation system has reported an emergency. Please evacuate to your assigned rally point immediately.
You know, that gentleman who makes the voices for that, and I believe Elise Ben actually met the guy who did that. I believe that it was him or some guy who makes announcements. But he sounds actually fairly more scared with the more scared of the or he sounds more intimidated with evacuation than anything else. There's all clear. Sounds fairly nonchalant.
May I have your attention, please? The building emergency has ended, and all clear has been given. Please resume normal activities.
And then there's audio test. And by the way, that beep that goes, I know I did a pretty bad job doing that, but that you cannot change. Nor can you change this.
This is an audio system test.
Pretty basic. Alright. And for the tone generator you hear, if it's fairly loose, we go ahead and not that switch, this one right here. You tell it's generating that tone. We go and throw it up to 70 volts, and it is much louder. And the reasoning, we have all the alarms set up to where they handle 70 volts. Although to make it quiet, we set it down to 25 volts. Especially when we're doing off-camera tests, although we don't do very many of those. These are more important things to do. Let's see, where is the step ladder? Because we're going to be doing a test of the smoke detector. Oh, that's right, it's right here. I'm sure somebody was thinking, oh yeah, you idiot, it's right here. And I can't hear you because this is not a live video. This is going to be edited and thrown up on YouTube as soon as I can get it. Alright. Now, whether you know it or not, although I'm sure a lot of people know about it, smoke detectors in a well-equipped system and set up well have something called verification, where you take a source, say this magnet, put it right here. I'm sure you're going to hear this a lot better than I can, but you hear a really quiet relay. I have to listen for that. Yep, it's activated. I don't know if you saw that, but the light went red and then the light went out. Let's go ahead and put this magnet back up. And you can hold it, but I don't like holding it. What it does is it actually resets the smoke detector, and it'll wait and see if there's another sense that there's something wrong, although for some reason it's not detected. There we go. And it'll go off.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit.
And you really shouldn't do this. But right here we have some Kroger brand jock itch powder spray. Although we don't have a Kroger around here, so I don't know where this came from. Looks like it's fairly old can, and I highly discourage doing this, especially if you have any smoke detectors that you care about, because this will clog the chambers. But if you go ahead and do this, let's say you're a stupid kid in a college dorm and you're doing that, it floods the chamber, it senses there's smoke, but then it'll go ahead and reset and make sure that, you know, it doesn't happen again, because if it happens again, it's probably real, no matter somebody's spraying a lot of this stuff around. And as you can see, it's not sensing again, so it won't set off the smoke, it won't set off the fire alarm system, which could potentially cause lots of problems. You know how kids are in their dorms. But, oh, it set off.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified,
Now we get the trouble.
please leave the building.
I don't want to why.
The nearest exit.
Usually these systems, if you, although at least some systems, if you cause a trouble, let's say we do this, take the head off of, and it's going to go into trouble. Because this ain't here. And the way it senses that, oh gosh. Well, actually no, I'm going to leave that up. Because what I'm going to do, put that back, and then you can see the trouble kind of goes away, and apparently it's never happened, although sometimes with some systems you could reset it to where it'll stay in trouble until you reset it, just so you know that it's happened. You want to take a look at it, because chances are if there's a trouble with one of these, either somebody A, twisted the head off, or B, there's something wrong with it. Because the way these work is, the resistor, which is right here, actually has to go through the smoke detector circuit, so that it knows that it's there. So if something happens to the smoke detector, then chances are there's something wrong, and you should probably take a look at it. Alright, so it looks like that's all clear. Let's go ahead and do one more pull station poll, because I'm sure somebody's going to ask me about it. So we'll go ahead and go over here. I do like this pull station a lot. And, leaky.
May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit.
Not very loud, although you definitely see it in the reflection there.
In the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit. May I have your attention, please? A fire alarm has been reported in the building. While this is being verified, please leave the building by the nearest exit.
This is an aftermarket keyhole. They're right there. These are the dip switches, the DIP switches that you use to set the tone. I believe it's those top ones right there. Although, you know, I could very well be wrong. I actually didn't diddle around with this. That was all Evans working. In addition to what we got there, here's the dress panel for that. We also got this panel. Well, I guess we now have another DM. I never realized that this actually is a DMP panel too. I guess this came with those pull stations. Although maybe this is all part of one system. I'm not exactly sure on that. This one, I believe, was locked. Yeah, this one was locked, although it wasn't very hard just to force it open, which is what I had to do, because I don't have the key to it. I believe this is a combination fire and a security system. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. No, maybe not. But it supports 10 zones. And then the looks like most of the working behind it. And it looks like there's, yeah, this is all on the same, this was all on the same system. See, safe path, and it says safe path bypass. Not exactly sure if this was a legal thing to do. This just doesn't look very, it doesn't look like it was done very well. But, as you can tell, this too is a modular panel, it looks like. I don't know what this is. I guess we can find out. System control unit assembly, so I'm not entirely sure about that. These almost look like PCI cards. I can really get that in. Of course they're not. We'll put this over here, and then we have this, which this is another one of those things where I had to kind of force my way in. It's actually not hard to do, surprisingly. I think this is a power supply of some sort. Don't know much about it. There's that. And this is the rest of the stuff that we got in this box that's really kind of falling apart. We have several of these, and we have a couple of these. I'm not really sure where these came from. Practically certain that these alarm controls came from the same system. Yeah, and there's another. I'm not sure if we got this or not. This is kind of broken. Well, there's that. Don't ask me for any of those. No, I'm not a charity. Certainly don't trade stuff. So yeah, I guess that's just about it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll try to make as many system tests as I can, although, I don't know, people like watching these videos, and, well, nothing's really changed. The only reason why I made this video is because we have that, but we've had that for a couple of months. I just never got around to doing a video of it, so I apologize for that. But if y'all really want to see other system tests, I guess I'll make some other system tests. Let's see how long this video's gone on for. 23 minutes, so I guess this is a fair enough time as I need to cut it off. So thank you very much for watching, and that will be it.